We did it. Mooch, you there? Okay. All right, everybody. We're working on sound. You guys are catching on. We were way better at this gut health stuff than we are this tech stuff. That'll be like our first. That'll be our first. So, what are we on? Day 6. Some of you are on day 7 because the emails went out in advance because we know a lot of you women like to plan. We're with you. So we sent those emails out in a day advance, but some of you didn't want to plan. You didn't need to plan. You just dove right in. And so that's great too. So wherever you are, day 6 or day 7, congratulations on making it so far. I'm just going to pop open my computer here and take a look at questions. If you have any, put them in the group. And if you can't hear me, if the sound's weird, let me know. Just post it here. What? I can't hear you. Just stretch. All right. Well, how much works on that? I'm going to start diving into questions we've gotten so far. Please, please, please put them down here if you want. And if you have extra, we are literally here for you guys. That's it. So we saw a lot on the immune system. And I just want to take this opportunity to say, like, there's a lot of different things we can do when our immune system is being threatened. But what we need to understand is that it's different for all of us. So all the suggestions are so great. But notice that it's really different. So we can have different kind of viruses living inside of us, and certain foods trigger them and certain foods fight them. So we need to really keen in on what the symptoms are, what the history is. And I want you to think about 2 approaches. So proactive and reactive. So a lot of what we're talking about has been reactive, but what we coach and what we want you to understand is that you can take proactive daily steps to not have to spend so much time, money, energy, stress, days off work, dealing with the reactive part. So I think, we've all got a pretty good handle on a lot of reactive strategies, but what we are encouraging, what we're hoping you can understand is it's really powerful when you dive into the proactive parts as well. Am I hitting that correctly? I can't hear you. Keep working. You're going to get it. I know you are. We've gotten questions on types of juicers. Again, this is going to be different based on your juicing needs. So we go through this in depth in phase 2 of our course. But there are cold press juicers and there are centrifugal juicers that do it on the spot. Those are going to be good for different people based on your needs, your schedules, how much time you want to spend cleaning. But for anybody, it is a really great idea to check in with your mom's groups on Facebook, to check in with your neighborhood groups on Facebook, to check Craigslist to see if there are any posted or if anybody's selling them. Because as Tori put in a comment down there that worked for her, there was somebody else in our group that worked for her, and I can't remember. Maybe it was Emma. Was it you, Emma? I can't remember. All right. I'm just trying to look down here. Okay. Now I'm seeing all these comments. Sounds like Mooch is showering. You're not plugged into the bespoke audio system. All right, now I'm just seeing all these. Okay. Getting this down. Yeah, so Tori, nice job on scoring that juicer. So great. Other questions we've had are about like Weight Watchers, Whole30, all of those different things. And here's the deal. Those all have value. They are going to encourage you to think healthily. They're all going to encourage you to be mindful about the food choices you're making. But the problem is that we have found in our experience and with the women that we have, with the women that we have coached, is that those are too restrictive. They're not sustainable. You don't want to feel like you're constantly on track or off track, right? It's what fits into your lifestyle. And the other thing is that those don't, and we actually had this amazing email I just hung up with a woman today Actually, who just grabbed one of our last spots in the next course. Feel Your Guts Kids, yeah. Who said basically like she had this deep-seated anger because we have been taught for so long that what's healthy is the number of macros or the number of carbs or the number of calories. That's not health, okay? That doesn't determine health. Now, yeah, certain foods that are really high in saturated fats and are oily and greasy aren't going to be good for your gut. They're not going to be good for your body. There might be value in them that they taste really good and you want them sometimes. But what these programs teach is for us to obsess over numbers. What happens when we obsess over numbers? We have this false sense of control, okay? When we let go of the numbers and really understand our bodies and digestion, it becomes this empowering approach. So that's the difference in our program. Sure, the other ones are going to get you some results here and there, but I would offer, I'll just be really honest, we're on day 6 now and we're too tired to be polite, is that if those programs work long-term, sustainably, people wouldn't always be going on and off of them. It just wouldn't be. So when you understand, yeah, preach. Drop the mic, right? So yes, those, all of them, Whole30 macros, whatever, they're all going to have certain value. But if you're going on and off of them, or if you've tried one after another, I want you to like just kind of ground down and think like what's missing, you know, because something is. I just saw, okay, more questions on how many spots are left. I just filled one. Mooch, what are we at, 3 or 4? 3. So we have 3 spots left in the January 16th launch. This hasn't been talked about a lot because we didn't expect necessarily to have to cap it. And we want to be totally honest. We will always be totally honest with all of you. We are capping it so that we can fully serve every single woman in our group. So that we can show up and coach and serve and take them to where they need to be, whether it's through the coaching calls, the VIP support, setting their weekly goals, answering their questions in the private Facebook group. Like, that's why we're capping it. Tori's like losing her mind. I know, Tori. Go help her, Tori. Don't you work around there? Go help her. You got it? No? All right, Samantha asks, can you give some good examples of food combinations? So to be honest, that's something we really dive deep into in our program, mostly in phase 3. A lot of it depends on what somebody's looking to achieve, whether they are seeking to recover from a meal or workout, whether they're looking to up their vitamin intake, whether they are looking to improve digestion. So food combinations would matter. Based on kind of what the goal is, and then also recognizing which combinations don't work well. It's a pretty intricate part of digestion and gut health, and it's also super fun. So we do go into that in depth in phase 3 of our program. What do we say? I think it's time for this iPhone. Yeah, it is definitely time. Can we get some likes here for Mooch if you think that she needs a new phone, because she needs a new phone. Just please help me out. Mooch, this is going on our time blocking agenda tomorrow. Other questions? Oh, can we talk about water too? Yeah, Tori, what do you want to talk about? Look at all these likes coming in, Mooch. Time for a new phone. Do it on your laptop, Wendy says. That's not working either. It won't let us split screens. So, timing of water. Tori, what do you want to know about it? Is it super hard? Oh, I put in the call. That's right. You're probably like, no, what you said you were going to talk about. Sorry. It's been a day, Tori. So I said I would talk about why it gets easier. Yeah, so why it gets easier is when you, all right, this is really, I'm going to give you like a little bit of gut health coaching here, everyone. It's going to go a little bit more in depth. I hope it's helpful. When we digest food, we use water. When our foods are not easily digestible, it dehydrates us a lot more. When we eat foods that are easy to digest, whether it's the food itself or the combinations of the food, digestion doesn't dehydrate us. Which you think everyone's with me right now? Do I need to like kind of clarify that? Are good? Okay. So once you work on your gut health and understand food combining and heal your gut and reverse the symptoms of a dysfunctional gut, you're not as dehydrated from eating. When you're not as dehydrated from eating, you're not as thirsty all the time. When you're thirsty, you're actually like usually already dehydrated. So I find that I'm just not as thirsty anymore. So Tori, I want to know if that helps. But basically what I'm saying is you don't rely on water so much to feel hydrated, as Mooch is drinking your water right now. Once you get your gut health down and you up your nutrients and you stop having food combinations that dehydrate you, then you don't need the water as much. It's not as hard. Okay, I think I saw another thing in there. So Tori, tell me if that was helpful, because I want to make sure I answered your question. Samantha, if you are out to dinner and everyone's getting drinks, do not drink anything. So Samantha, again, that's a great question. This is stuff that we cover in more detail, but it's really understanding the value. So there's value of going out to dinner for drinks and just a non-gut healthy meal. Okay, good, Tori, I'm glad that helps. What we coach, Samantha, is that one, recognize that when you're going out to dinner and drinks, like the value isn't necessarily in choosing gut health. It's in choosing connection, family, friends, experience. Now, we coach and teach women how to pick food combinations and foods that are going to be the gut healthiest. And so we do that, which is one step. And then the other part, I'm going to give you like we're getting a lot of coaching here today, but I'm going to give you like another little example. So Samantha, bear with me here. See if this helps. I love analogies. I'm a former teacher, and Mooch can't talk right now, so I'm going to keep throwing analogies at you guys. But I'm so sad. I just want to say, this will be the last one that we touch, Samantha, but I just want to say that this reminds me of when I was in Singapore and Mooch had to sign language to me because she had a bad voice. But all right, last thing, Samantha, we'll wrap up with this one. Is imagine like your gut health is like an anchor, and if it's a really weak anchor that's maybe corroded and waves come crashing on it, like it's going to move a lot more. If your gut's a really strong anchor and you've worked on your gut health and waves come crashing and that wave essentially is that dinner out, you're not going to be as impacted. So when we help women strengthen their gut and reverse symptoms, they aren't as impacted when they go out for these meals. They don't have to worry about as much, and they can just have the value of enjoying. So I hope that helps explain. Mooch, anything else that we need to cover? I got another microphone drop on that. Apparently we're dropping mics today. All right, everybody. Hope this was helpful. Leave your questions. Good, Samantha. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Yeah. Leave your questions. As we said, like a lot of you have asked us a ton about the program. A lot of you have joined. We have 3 spots left, and we would love to chat with you if you feel like this is resonating with you. Lean into that. And we will talk soon. Bye.